Like most thought would happen, Jon Jones took out Stipe Miocic in the main event of UFC 309 to retain his heavyweight title. See what fighters thought of his performance in the latest edition of MMA Pros React.
I don't know, man. That's tough. I thought Jon looked good. I thought Stipe had a few decent moments, but Jon is just like the cerebral assassin. Like he just like picks his guys apart. He's incredible with his film study. His fight IQ is, I mean, he's a genius. He knows how to pick guys apart. I thought he looked incredible. I think that he cemented himself as, you know, the number one pound for pound fighter right now. We'll see what happens, man. I think that it would be sad if we couldn't see him in Aspinall, man. That fight would be, I think it could be not just the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. I think it could be the biggest fight of all time. That fight would be huge. It would be incredible. And there's no signs telling me that Jon can't win that fight. So I'm hoping that he competes again. Preferably, I'd like to see him fight Aspinall, but nonetheless, I hope Jon keeps competing. I feel like he still has a lot of tread left on the tires. And it's crazy to say that after how long he's been a champion for, how many, you know, incredibly tough opponents he's faced. He just seems like he hasn't slowed down. He's only gotten better. So I hope he still competes.
The easy work. We already knew that was going to be easy work for Jon Jones, you know. But now we really want to see the fight that the whole world want to see, and that's him and Tom Aspinall, you know. But obviously, you know, Jon wants them big dollars and them big bills, so I can't be mad at him for it. But we definitely got to see that fight happen.
If that fight does happen, who do you think wins? Because Tom, you know, I know people discredit Tom a lot, but he's pretty well-rounded, right?
No, he's definitely well-rounded and definitely is a very gifted heavyweight athlete. I feel like he holds the most challenges for Jon Jones at this time, but I'm still gonna go with Jon Jones for the win. But I just hate that, you know, the energy that Jon Jones is giving it seems scary. But I just know that at the end of the day, Jon Jones is a competitor, and I believe that at the end of the day, if they would step into that cage with one another, that Jon Jones is stepping out as the victorious.
Yeah, I like Jon Jones' performance. You know, you can't count Jon Jones out. You know, I feel like he went out there and he did what he always does, and he got the victory. Like, he's very composed too. That's the thing about Jon Jones. He doesn't rush his fights. Like, he takes his time, and when he sees the finish, that's when he goes for it. So I was very happy with his victory. You know,
like, Jon had to respect Stipe more than he planned on. You know. And credit to him, because Stipe is a dangerous man and he wasn't in there for no reason. It blows me away that people will assume something like that so quickly. You know, like, I thought he looked good, honestly, to tell you the truth. I thought he landed some good punches. His boxing was looking good. We knew that in the wrestling department that Jon Jones was going to be, in my mind, I thought Jon Jones would dominate and be better in those positions, because that's something that Jon Jones does good. Does Stipe have good wrestling and defensive wrestling? Absolutely, but we're talking about the greatest of all time, or greatest. Well, you know, I think he's the greatest of all time, and especially when it comes to, you know, elbows on the ground. Honestly, like, he took so much damage and got into the second round. You know, for me, I don't understand where that narrative that he was just too old. He showed up. He wanted to win. He looked great. He had Jon hurt a couple times too, and, you know, it ended how it ended.
I love Jon Jones. I mean, like, I like his style. I don't like him personally, but I love, like, he's a great fighter. But I think Tom Aspinall would beat him. Mm-hmm. You know, I think he has a better chance of beating Pereira. But Aspinall, I think Aspinall would beat him.
That one too, I think it kind of went how I thought it was gonna go. I thought when Stipe walked out, like, he looked like he had like bags under his eyes. Like, he looked like he was just tired, man. Like, he looked like he was ready to retire anyway. I felt like Stipe had his moments with the boxing. Like, you know, there was a couple times he had some flurries. But I predicted Jones was gonna submit him in the first round. And then when he took him down and took him out, I was like, there it is. So I think Stipe did a good job surviving all that. And that was one I probably could have predicted too, like, with Jon Jones getting the finish.
You know, I always say that it's stupid at this point to just bet against Jones, but also being in the moment, I think Stipe really looked good. He even on the weigh-ins and everything, when he was coming out, I was seeing him, and it's impressive how big he is. It was impressive how good he looked. He didn't look like he was like hurting or nothing. Obviously, heavyweight, you don't have to cut a lot of weight. But I thought, I don't know, I felt something different about Stipe. I thought he was gonna like at least go to distance. But Jones is amazing. He's always been like that, and it never changed. He just gets better. So like I said, it's almost stupid to bet against Jones at this point. So like what he did was a Jon Jones performance. It's been a minute since we saw it.